Oh, hello. I'm Mike from St. Thomas Economic Development, here with another little update from St. Thomas City Hall. Okay, we're back again with Professor Steve, standing once again in front of this beautiful map of the expansion of boundaries of the city of St. Thomas. Steve, where you left us in the last episode was you were just about to tell us about the impact that the announcement of rail coming to the city of St. Thomas was going to have on its development. We were hoping you could pick up the story and take it from there.
In 1870, a significant announcement happened in St. Thomas, and that was two railways were going to be passing through the city. One of them was the Canada Southern Railway, and the other was the Great Western Railway, known as the Air Line. For the Canada Southern, the city of St. Thomas actually contributed $25,000 to help attract the railway. The county of Elgin contributed $200,000 so that the railway would pass through. And this was a significant defining moment in St. Thomas. But one of the challenges that the city of St. Thomas had at the time, or actually the town of St. Thomas had at the time, was they didn't have any land to locate the railway, because the part of the bonus that had been granted was that the railway constructed shops and stations in the community. So what the city had to do in 1870 in order to accommodate the railways was annex a vast swath of land in from Yarmouth Township. All this large area was part of the township of Yarmouth, known as Millersburg. And in 1870, Millersburg was annexed into the city because it was needed to accommodate the railway, because this whole area here, right where you see the 1913, this is all the lands that the railway required for its shops and the lands for the station. So it was extremely important for St. Thomas to grow. And what that also led to is not only did it give the opportunity to attract the railways in, but in order to service those railways, you needed places for people to live. Because it's interesting to look at the population growth of St. Thomas. In 1870, we had about 1,800 people living here, largely in that earlier episode I talked about. But by 1880, we had grown to over 10,000 people, and we became a city on March the 4th, 1881. So all of these lands were extremely important for residential development. All the streets, I like to call, we've got down in this area, we have the tree streets. A lot of this area up here in Millersburg, I call the Crimean War streets, Redan and Inkerman and Malakoff. Those are all named after battles in the Crimean War. But even with the significant annexation of 1870-71, the city still needed more land to grow, and they took in a swath of land down on Wilson Ave and Elgin Street to bring that into the city. Some more land was taken in the southern end of St. Thomas as well in 1881, and there was also some squaring off of lands as well. So, but again, one of the challenges that this led to was this long Talbot Street that we've been left with, and we are still left with today. We're blessed to have Talbot Street that is just dotted with buildings that were constructed in the 1870s and 1880s. Even in the early days, we really didn't have a lot of commercial development off of Talbot Street other than the corner grocery store, and they were scattered everywhere because big box groceries didn't really show up until the 1930s. So, it was important for Talbot Street, but we had a bit of industrial development, but most of the industrial development was actually centered in the downtown core. Right around here in City Hall, we had the gas works, we had the St. Thomas Metallic Vault Company, we had a shoe company located here, the Sutherland Press was located in this area, Nobility Chocolates was located in this area. But we really didn't have any industrial land, and that'll sort of lead into another segment. But I just wanted to come back to this little parcel of land. So the city annexes all this land in 1870, and this one little piece of land, a half acre of land, it was owned by a gentleman by the name of Willoughby Clark, and he had a hotel on the site. It was called the Canada Southern Hotel, and he was just bent and determined he wasn't going to be annexed into the city, and he didn't. The land didn't actually get annexed into the city till 1913. This hotel was known as a bit of a place of ill repute. I think the gentleman of St. Thomas knew this hotel really well, and for years and years, this little half acre of land was referred to as the Devil's Half Acre.
Well, Steve, thank you for that detailed description of the impact that the railway had when it was announced that it was coming through St. Thomas. I will never look at the Freshco parking lot again. It's forever the Devil's Half Acre to me now. I'm interested next time to continue the story further east as we talk about some of the industrial lands brought into the city of St. Thomas. But for now, Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe on YouTube and stay tuned for another little update coming soon.
And don't forget to smash that subscribe button.